It's October season. Scary times, the things I love the most. We are going to talk about horror. All right, I'm a little way too into it. It's October.
Way too into it.
I can't help myself. I'm a scary movie guy. I'm a scary game guy. You're that games guy, but I should be that scary games guy. That
That's
scary
scary
guy.
games guy.
I'm now the scary guy.
Let's change. We're gonna change your Twitter handle.
That scary guy.
That scary guy.
I'm sure it exists already.
Oh yeah.
What's going on, everybody? We want to talk about horror. We've been talking about it for a couple of weeks, and we are here. We're excited. Today is just an introduction of kind of where we're going with it this month. Again, we have some great new people on the team. As we mentioned, we have Monica and Chad. We also have Legend Pop that's part of the toy closet. And we also have Braden that helps us with a lot of the background kind of videos that we're doing. But we're going to be bringing him on the show. So
Yes. And if you haven't, it's getting bigger. And if you haven't seen the episode we did last week introing Monica and Chad, check it out. It will be up there on your screen where you can click. It'll be somewhere. I'm pointing at it, but I don't know where it is yet.
So we were almost doing the Dragon
Fusion.
Ball. Yep.
Oh shit.
Fusion.
Ah!
Oh, we're terrible. This is great though.
Awesome. This is a good episode. That would have been the spot. That would have been the spot for the intro. Boom.
So let's do it. Let's practice. See, we're inverted, so it's throwing me off.
I know it's so weird.
So let's do it. All right, you ready?
Ready?
One, 2, 3. No, we gotta say.
God damn it!
We're fucking it up.
It's ruined. Can't do it. Scrap it. Scrap the whole thing. Play the intro.
Next time. Bye. Holy shit.
Man.
I'm loving it. I was off air talking about being stressed out and flubbing stuff today, but you know what? Let's have fun with flubbing. Let's make it good, energetic. Again, spooky season's upon us. So
It's very exciting. It's very exciting.
so
My
much.
wife and I have so much lined up on our movie slate for this month. Man, Chad. So Chad did a review for us of the new Saw, which you can also check out up here. But he reviewed Saw X and has me pretty excited. I've been pretty down. So we talked about it a little bit in our private chat. I am familiar with Saw. I have seen an unknown number of entries in an unspecific order. Like I can definitively say I've seen the first one and the second one, and I know which ones those are. But the rest I've seen. I may have seen all of them. I honestly don't know, except for Jigsaw and Spiral. I know I have not seen.
I've seen them all except for Spiral.
I may have seen all of them. I may be missing some, but after the first two, fuck if I know continuity or like what the plots of the different ones are. So we're thinking about going through those again. I am going to finally get through Child's Play this month. Yes. I'm going to watch the new Exorcist, even though really not super keen on it.
We're leading up to an awesome horror movie at the end of the month, right?
Dude, Ava is so excited because she's been asking me like every day, have they announced the rating yet? Because I told her if it was going to be rated R, there was really just no way I wasn't going to be able to take her to an R-rated movie. She's 8, but it's PG-13. I told her the other day that it was PG-13, and she is just through the roof. I can't wait. She's been reading the books that I got. Thank you to Atreyu and you for the recommendations. But she's working her way through the books, and she is so excited, man.
It's awesome. Really happy to hear. I guess I'm a bad father because even if it was rated R, Xander would be going. Probably be more comfortable letting him watch it at home because he has he has officially watched his first rated R movie.
What did he watch?
He watched Krampus.
Oh, I love Krampus, man.
Yeah, Krampus is awesome.
I've got the exclusive Shout Factory Collector's Edition 4K.
Sweet. He got through most of it. He got to the point when the toys started coming in. spoilers, we're not going to go into too much, but where the toys kind of, creepy stuff comes in. And I saw he was getting a little weird. And I'm like, do you want me to turn it off? He's like, yeah. I'm like, what's the matter? He's like, I don't know. The toys just kind of bothered me. So we talked
Yeah.
a minute about it. And he's like, you know what? I want to try it again. And he toughed through the rest of it. He definitely was creeped out by some of those specific toys, like the caterpillar clown, if you remember, and then the doll that had the tongue sticking out, and this
Yeah.
crazy teddy bear. Like, I mean, rightfully so, right?
Oh yeah, man. That's a
So,
creepy movie. It's an awesome movie though. So funny.
so for me, as I always said to you, like my first memory of horror, especially at that age, was Child's Play 2 in the theater.
Yeah.
So for him to have something at home, like in a similar vein, was awesome because it was evil toys,
Right.
So it was really cool. Obviously, some people that are fanatical with seasonal horror, like, kind of judged me. It's like, you're letting them watch a Christmas horror movie in October. What the hell's wrong with you? I'm like, it's a horror movie.
Exactly.
So it breaks the mold, in my opinion. But that's a
I agree.
discussion
It can
for
be
another
watched.
time.
It can be watched at any time throughout the year. Sorry, there's
Yeah.
a squirrel right outside the window, and Apollo is doing he's doing a very good job not trying to break through the window to go kill it. We've been working on this.
That's good. Good job.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm keeping him
Nice.
scratching his back like this. Keeps him usually like it's a little positive reinforcement for him. Like, hey, yeah, you're doing the right thing.
Good job. Awesome.
Look at him, just point, looking at the squirrels. Like, what are you doing in my yard?
Get out of here.
You're doing a good job, Apollo. That's a good boy. Yeah, not even listening to me. You're too distracted.
No, he's
Too
focused.
huh? Yeah, man. But yeah, so Five Nights at Freddy's will be Ava's first foray into horror, which I think is that's a good starting point.
I think if she's comfortable and you're comfortable with it, we should definitely do a show with the kids after the movie and let them talk about it together. And we are planning on having a show with Atreyu as well, post movie, to talk about it. So we'll kind of dive into different perspectives. I think it'll be cool to get a child's perspective on it, and then obviously a diehard fan's perspective, because we're both in the middle. Like, we're in it, we're committed to the fandom to a degree, but like,
so
we know where the experts lie.
Atreyu is way up there off camera,
off screen.
Then there's Xander.
Yep.
Then there's you. Then there's Ava, and me. Like, we're probably right around, because
you're learning with her, which is awesome though.
Exactly. Yeah, and she's teaching me stuff from the books because I'm not reading the book. But
sweet, very exciting.
Yeah, man. So we have a lot of horror content lined up. A lot.
Yeah.
We're gonna do some maybe do like a full Saw breakdown. We could do that on.
Yeah, once we see it, absolutely.
Yeah, and then you have Resident Evil 5 with Monica that you need to make happen this month. This is the perfect month for it. So stay tuned for that. Maybe have that over on her Twitch channel streaming, and then we'll have the video up, or at least maybe some highlights or something up here on YouTube.
I agree. Yeah, and then we're talking about having Monica do a new segment for her exclusively, which is going to be like a cooking with Monica, and we might have her.
I'm so excited!
Yeah, so excited. Have her do some like horror themed.
With baking, right? She baking with Monica.
Yes, you're right. My apologies. I fumbled on that.
Hey, yeah, you don't want cooking Monica, Twitter and baking Twitter to come for your head, man. They're very different.
I'm not worried about them. I'm worried about Monica. All right,
that's
Monica,
true.
I'm sorry. Baking with Monica, and it's funny because it was my idea, like with what she's doing already, because she has an awesome video that we will actually add a link in the show where she's already done an awesome Resident Evil 7 baking video that was super cool. She edited it all herself. She did a
Everything she does
job.
is so cool, man. She's just such a cool.
She's in it.
She's such a cool person. I'm so happy that she's come on and joined the family here.
So one thing I want to bring up, because we're talking horror, we're going to have some shows dedicated to the Toy Fair. You might have already seen there's a couple of shows with Paul, myself, and our friend Anthony Parisi, where we went to the show and did some stuff. But something very specific that ties to us is I've noticed that I bring on a little cameo almost every other show, and it was brought up last show. And I happened to meet up with that company, funny enough, at the toy
The
fair.
fucking stinky candle people.
You could be a lot nicer than that.
Hey,
Like Jesus.
you like how I knew exactly what you were talking about though? You said
Come
you
on.
said a cameo, and I was like, oh, is he talking about Xander? But no, I knew what
No.
it was. It was the fucking candle, man. The stinky candle people.
Numbskull. Okay.
I love Numbskull.
No, they're awesome. And what's great about it is obviously we know that Monica's a fan. Monica is a customer, a happy customer. So I had the
They're all happy
opportunity.
customers.
Yes, but I had the opportunity to hang out and talk with one of the co-owners of Numbskull at at their booth, and we chatted a bit. And I talked about the candle, and I talked about how I originally worked with them years ago, and it
Did you
was
give him a
really
business
cool.
card?
Of course, but the great thing is they want to come on the show. So that's a show we get to look forward to. We're going to have Monica on the show, and we are going to have Numbskull on the show in the near future. We're hoping to get it for October time. Again, piles of awesome ideas. They have some great stuff. If you're not familiar with Numbskull, they have a wide variety of gamer aspect inspired products. They had the candle, they've had other candles, they have the ducks that Monica has shown on the show. They even have ones that are scented. He introduced me to the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man duck. It smelled like marshmallows. Like, it's so cool. But they've also gone into game publishing. You ever heard of the game Polybius? It was like a game that existed but
No.
didn't exist. So like you'd ask somebody if it exists and be like, oh, I remember that game. It didn't really exist. It was like one of those internet tall tales kind of thing. But
No, I've never heard of it.
there is a game that exists of it. They actually bought the entire license. And they made
Oh.
a small, like 1/6 scale arcade of it, along with a bunch of other licensed games. So they're kind of dipping into everything. So
Yeah.
stay tuned for a Numbskull tour video that we'll have as well. But I wanted to bring that up because we've been talking horror and they're in it. They're into the Resident Evil license, the Silent Hill license, and I think it'll be great to talk about in the future. So excited about that
Oh
too.
yeah. That's great.
But another thing that we're going to do is Monica and I are going to have a show where we're going to talk about all things Puppet Combo. Puppet Combo is a game developer out there that has made some great excuse me, I noticed my throat's gotten like my voice was getting weird. And it happened. I'm talking to myself now. Reset. All right, there we go. Puppet Combo. Yeah, game developer makes these old school retro, like PS1 style horror games. They were
Yeah,
awesome
I was
enough
checking
to
out
send
her
us some
stream the other
codes.
day.
Yes. Creepy games. If you remember, like for me, Resident Evil 1 scared the shit out of me. So like I'm all for it. Throw those headphones on, dark room, play those games, get scared. So we're going to talk about her time playing Stay Out of the House. We're going to talk about games that I've played. And yeah, we'll have fun with that too. But again, we have so much lined up and it's just an awesome season. So
Yeah, man.
I think we might start sharing ideas of movies that I should watch that you like because you're going to do Child's Play for me. So I think that'll be a great way to do that.
I don't know if I could find any horror movies that I've watched that you haven't.
I'm sure there are. I don't watch it all. I watch a lot of the bad, you know?
Yeah.
I've been a sucker for that. So, but
Man, we've gotten a lot of good in the past few years, though.
Yeah,
a lot of good,
a lot of
good, big time horror. Tell you what I watched the other day and was pleasantly surprised was the new Stephen King Boogeyman adaptation.
Have not watched it. I've heard about it. It was good though.
It was not great, but
okay.
I mean, as far as Stephen King adaptations go, it's top 5.
Okay,
there's a lot of trash floating around in there.
Yeah.
But no, it was pretty solid. It was good. I think you can stream it on Max,
one of those platforms,
maybe. Yeah, somewhere. It's available somewhere. Amazon. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't fucking know. You can stream it. I bought it, but you can
you can buy it. You can buy physical media if it's available because we support physical media.
We do support physical media.
I didn't for a bit. I stopped, but I think I'm back in the game. And again, it's tough too because not everything's going to be physical. A lot of companies are just not going to do it. But you have great companies like Shout that are willing to do it. Speaking of, I missed out on. I'm a sleepaway camp guy. I don't know if you've ever seen it. I think we might have talked about that. I think you said you didn't. Yeah. They had a couple of sequels that were like not with the original actress, but I like them. They're awesome. And then I found out that Chat made them like a year or two ago. Gone. Can't
Yeah.
find them. $200 people want for those 2 Blu-rays. Or 4. They were were they 4K? They might have. No, I think they were just Blu-rays. $200. So
I got the Friday the 13th box when they did that. And I was pretty pissed I missed out on the Halloween one they did.
I mean, they have some great stuff, but I got the original 3 Child's Play from somebody on Twitter, funny enough. 'cause
Yeah, I saw
I had
that.
missed out, and I saved some money, which was really good because those were like $40 a pop. That's the only thing is like buying a movie that I might have bought 3 or 4 times already is a tough sell at 30, $40, you know, especially when it's not going to have a ton of features. Like they'll say they're collector's editions, but they don't have too much. So that's kind of my main concern. Like I picked up People Under the Stairs, best version I've bought because it actually had behind the scenes, it had commentary. Like every release has never had that before. So like if you're gonna do it like that, you know.
Yeah.
So all for it if they do that, and then it justifies the price a little more. But if you're just giving me the movie in a 4K upscale at that price.
Yeah, if you already own it.
Yeah. And I a lot of times own it 3 or 4 times.
Right. So another one that I watched that you should definitely check out is on Hulu. It's a Hulu original. No One Will Save You.
It's on the list. One. Yes.
So awesome. I watched it. It was very good. But there's the other dog. Personally, in the first 3 minutes, there's an establishing shot that pans up over the town she's driving in. It's my fucking town. It's where I live. Like it's like
right now.
Like right now, it's where I walk my dog.
What?
The camera pans up, and I'm like, I'm there all the time. It's the downtown, right down the road from where I live.
Wow.
And several times throughout the movie, there are shots where it's like, I've been there. Like I'm there all the fucking time. So it was crazy.
That's so
it was really cool. It's also almost entirely dialogueless. If you didn't know that.
No, I didn't know much about it.
I did not know going in. There are no conversations. There are a handful, maybe 7 spoken words.
Wow.
It's not a silent movie. There's tons.
There's just
audio,
a lot going on.
Tons. But it's a very, very focused, claustrophobic type. Well, I guess not even claustrophobic because she goes out. And that is a good and a bad thing. I feel like for about the first half of the movie, it's really novel and it's cool. But then you get to a couple scenes where it really doesn't make sense. Like somebody should have fucking said something here. So they're trying really hard to keep it dialogueless, which I feel like did it a disservice towards the end. But not
sometimes
in a
you want things
way.
Explained.
Not so much that, but like where she would have an interaction with other humans. And everyone's just like silently looking at each other. And it's like, no.
And you're just like, say something.
Yeah, you would have spoken here. A person, like she's out in town around in a crowded area with 4 or 5 people. And they have a dialogueless like exchange of looks and emotions. And it's like, yeah, somebody would have said something there. But all in all, it was very impressive. It's nice and short, 90 minutes, a nice tight, fun, kind of not a horror movie.
It's sci-fi.
Kind of like a thriller. Sci-fi. Yeah, sci-fi thriller with horror elements for sure. But they're not afraid to show the creatures. Just, right away, right off the bat, you get to see them. It's not this shadowy, you can't see it. No. Creatures are on full display throughout the entire thing. Very unique. What kind of creatures they are, right? And it's not a spoiler to say they're aliens, right? It's an alien movie. Very unique individual alien design. Like the overall design is pretty generic, just your standard big-eyed gray people. But like each one is slightly different, and it's really cool. It adds a lot to the movie.
Okay. Cool.
So I was a big fan. Definitely a good one to check out. And you could absolutely watch it with Xander. I think it's rated PG-13 because there's no dialogue. I mean,
Right.
really at all. I think she says fuck maybe once, but he hears
Oh,
that
so it's not
when
Final
you're
Fantasy. It's not Final
cooking.
Fantasy 16. They say
No,
fuck every
every
5 seconds.
fucking word. Yeah, I love that game though.
That throws me off though for that game. Side
Oh, I thought it was
side
awesome.
tangent.
I
Another
thought it was
episode.
awesome. Awesome. But no, I think you could probably get away with watching it with him if he wanted to see. It would be a good introduction to alien movies.
Right.
That and Signs. And it is very, very heavily, clearly inspired by Signs.
Okay.
Like
Cool.
there are a couple scenes in there and a couple little notes that, I mean, this is all just conjecture, but feel like nods to Signs, like some stuff with water that I thought was
Okay.
really cool because I am a sucker for Signs. Child's Play, your entry to horror, Signs, mine. That movie fucked me up as a kid. Every night I would go out, like, well, not every night, but my parents had made me take the trash out because, I mean, that's what you do. And every night I would have to walk around the side of my house, which was super, super fucking dark, and get the trash cans from the side next to the fireplace and drag them out, like the outside fire, the chimney, and drag them around to the front. And every time I went out, I'm looking at the roofs of all the houses, expecting to see a silhouette of the fucking alien up there. Because that one
Yikes.
scene when they're in the kid's bedroom and he's like, there are monsters outside. And he's like, there are no monsters. He goes, there are monsters outside. And dad looks and sees the silhouette up on the roof of the barn for the first time.
Ooh. Yeah.
Dude, every time I was so scared, especially in like, especially around Halloween and fall and winter time when it was cool and chilly or even cold. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to do this. I don't want to go do the trash.
True.
That was the
Awesome.
one that got me, man.
Sweet. Well, I think we can keep it short and sweet this week because again, we have a lot piled up. What I would like to try to do, I think something we'll discuss offline, is maybe we can have a couple of episodes dedicated to subgenres of horror, and we could pick out like 3 movies, and we could talk about if we've seen it or not. You know, like we can do like phobia, like a phobia style, like clown movie or a shark movie, or you know what I mean, a water. You know, people have the phobia of water and stuff like that, like open is it open water?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. We could do like sci-fi, like gore, like just focused on gore. You know, we could do that too. A lot of opportunity. You know, I know we're pressed for time, but again, we have great people on our team now to help us bring you guys more content. So we're really excited to do that. Stay tuned for all the different stuff. We do ask if you are interested in seeing some of this great content, be sure to give us a like, be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bar. There's plenty to come. And again, we're a variety show, so we want to bring a lot of different things. So the subscribing helps with finding that one niche that you might be into, or if you're into all of it, we're all for it. So thank you. We appreciate everybody. Tyler, you have anything for our listeners before we go?
Nope, I'm being attacked by both dogs under my desk right now. I've got the baby, the baby who's not really a baby anymore is like climbing into my lap, and Apollo gets really jealous, so he's coming over and fucking with him. So I do have one thing.
The Cujo horror going on now.
Yeah, no kidding. Back to Stephen King. I do have one thing I want to add because I want them to sponsor the show. So I like Raid Shadow Legends, right? We've talked about this. It's a running joke, especially among a couple of our avid listeners.
You mean like our candles from Numbskull?
Right. Exactly. But there is a new game in town that has got its hooks in me.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. That is Watcher of Realms, which takes the Raid Shadow Legends kind of gotcha game mechanic and the hero, the hero collecting, hero building, but turns it into a tower defense, which boy. I like. I like tower defense games.
Okay.
And this has managed to do it very, very well. It's way less predatory than Raid is, at least for now, because it's brand new as opposed to being almost 5 years old. Way less predatory, way more hands-on than Raid is as far as like the actual gameplay, the strategies and stuff. Doing the tower defense is really cool. And I have been having a fucking blast. It is free to download, free to play. You can get it on Google, iOS, and PC. And if any of that sounds like something you would be interested in, you should check it out. And Watcher of Realms, you should sponsor us because they're sponsoring like everybody right now. And I'm playing it and shilling for them for free. So give me that sweet Watcher of Realms money.
We appreciate it. Everybody, we're all into different things. Again, I don't play tower defense, but I support everything that this man loves, including the lovely colognes that he has been sniffing. We'll save that for another day because that's a whole different discussion, a whole different world. I still have to open my package you sent me, so we'll definitely do that soon. All right, everybody. We hope you have a great day. Enjoy the beginning of October because it's just going to get darker and creepier. And we'll be right there for you. Talk to you soon, everybody. Take care and have fun.
See you guys.